Hey guys, Jason the X for SCNS Live, powered by Cinelinks.com, and this is the figure review of the Badcube Warrior Sunsurge figure from their Old Timer series. Yes, this is the masterpiece version of Sunstreaker, and if you know anything about me, you know Sideswipe is one of my favorite Transformers. So to get this guy, I'm a very happy customer here. So, you know, I'm starting off from inside the box, so I want to show you guys everything. That way, open this up. And inside you get this very, very nice tray. But looking at the box, you got a little bit of art here. You got Sunstreaker right there. Not too bad. Justice Force, Badcube's logo there. You got the OTS-08. And you got some artwork of Sunstreaker or Sunsurge on the back. There's a couple little text specs up here. Not much, and you know, some stuff that I can't read, but there is a bio. You want to read the bio, go ahead and just pause there. And that is it. So let's go ahead and get this very nice clamshell open. You'll see everything that comes with this guy. Oh man, look at that. Look at this shiny chrome for the spoiler and the engines. Look, just look. I am very happy. Look, I know Hasbro was going to take their time doing one of these because all the masterpieces have been pretty much picked for the year. But man, when I saw this, I knew I had to have it. Look at this. I'm going to say that a lot. I'm going to say that a lot throughout this video. This is a gorgeous looking head. You can see through the window. I probably could turn it around. I have transformed this guy. We're going through that really slowly so you guys can check it out. But man, look at the chrome wheels. I mean, the lines. He's so much like Sideswipe. Just going to do another pan here. That's definitely die-cast metal. It looks like the spoiler isn't pinned right here, but you can easily remedy that. There we go. So on the bottom you got the false windshield. You look at some of the, I know that's supposed to be pinned in there. There we go. This guy is very panely, if that's a word. There's a lot of panels that you want to make sure they click in. But yes, just look at it. This is such a gorgeous, gorgeous car mode. And I really liked the Lamborghini that was Sideswipe. So let's go ahead and bring in his bro here. Look at the two of them. I need Autobot logos. I need Autobot logos to get on this guy. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to put it right here on the hood due to the way this hood separates. But yes, I mean, this is a very faithful matchup to Sideswipe. I'm so happy with this guy. I really can't say enough. Yes, the back is a little bit different, which I feel like they kind of cheated a little bit with the back here, but otherwise, still a perfect match for the Lambo brothers. And for another comparison, here he is with Sphinx. Just so you can kind of see the comparisons between another third-party figure. But yeah, still just great. I mean, I can't say enough. I'm really happy for this guy. Just got me excited. It's Sunstreaker. Now, accessory-wise, let me go ahead and get into one of them here. He does come with this chip figure. Now, I really hate the little minifigures. I usually just throw them in a box, but you know, there you go. You got Chip. You got his glasses. He's about as detailed as the other figures, I guess. He comes with his wheelchair. This is easily the most disappointing accessory. I mean, he sits in the chair. And his knees don't like go all the way back, so like there's this gap between how he sits in the chair. Or you could sit him up straight like that, and then it's like another gap in the chair. I don't know. I don't really care about this. I'm going to throw this thing in a box, and I will never see it again, because I just don't care. Now, if you're not a fan of the chrome, which I'm not a big fan of chrome, but on Sunstreaker I am. You do have some extra parts that come in the shell. You get like this this gray metal kind of color. And you can easily take this off by just using a screwdriver. And yes, these aren't snap-on parts. They are screwed in. And you've got the exhaust here. And you do get a couple of wheels with it that are more of a flat gray. Almost reminiscent of what you see on Sideswipe. But I always figured, you know, hey, it's Sunstreaker. He's gonna have some chrome. chrome, baby. And you also get another spoiler as well in that flat gray. And one thing they do include is a couple of screws, just in case you lose a screw, which is very nice of Badcube. I never thought about, you know, if you lost screws, but these are all the screws you need to screw in the spoiler and the engine exhaust. Also, he comes with an extra face, which I have on there because this is the face that he comes with standard, and it's kind of meh. So I put the one that's a little more exciting on there. So that's about all the accessories that come with, and it does come with a little tiny screwdriver if you don't have any micro tools. Kind of like that one that came with cup, only a little bit smaller, but I mean a little bit bigger. But yeah, if you don't have micro tools, don't worry about it. You can still change the parts out. Now it does come with this blaster, which has two very, very chrome missiles, which these feel cold. I mean, it's cold in here, but I guess it's just the die cast. But I mean, that's not die cast; it's just plastic. But they are very shiny, and they have pegs on the side so they can plug into the gun. Because, you know, Sunstreaker had some shiny missiles. Now, the handle's folded up and does have this tab here, so you can put it right here. And you can have a little weapon on his hood, or his roof, like most of the other Masterpiece figures. Always like to get underneath the little tabs that are going to go into the hands and actually pull that out. I don't know why. I don't feel uncomfortable with the plastic level. It feels very good. But I'm careful with it just because, you know, it's a third party, and it does have a little bit of a fiddly transformation. I recommend going slow. It does come with a book, and the instructions are okay. You got everything that comes with it. But the instructions, just like I said, go slow. Just take your time with it. Everything's accentuated in red that you're supposed to be turning, and it does a pretty good job. There's a couple of points it misses, and I'll try to get to those during the review. I was going to transform this guy back into car mode, but I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. Just make sure that I'm going to go very slowly over all the tabs and just show you where everything is located. So yeah, and then you put the missile on there, a little bit of instruction. We also got the fry figure, as they call it, or chip, and how to change out the wheels and everything else. It's also got a little bit of concept art in here. That's pretty cool looking Sunstreaker, but I wouldn't have wanted this. I want it to look like the Masterpiece line. And you get some artwork here. Sunstreaker looking kind of beat up, you know, which that wouldn't happen. You know, styling and profiling. You also get two cards. You get one, Warrior Sunsurge. And on the back, you get that same bio. Pause if you want to read that. And then you get a Masterpiece style card, Badcube Robots Old Timer Series. And you get everything in Japanese here, and his numbers here. But, I mean, these cards, I don't do anything with them afterwards. So anyway, let's go ahead, and I'm going to try to go as much by the book as I can with this, but this is going to be a part I'm just going to deviate from it. I know it's coming, so. Anyway, the first thing you want to do is take these panels, because they're actually on a tab. You want to take it by the black part here. And that goes out. You see there's a little tab and slot right there. Same thing with the other side. The engine block, well, the exhaust tab's right there. Just pull that up. And you also want to pull the hood up, which is going to be tabbed in here. Bring out one and bring out the other, and then you can bring that up and away. And that's going to start forming our feet. Now, this part is actually folded in where the wheels are. So you want to just bring this down. And you can see there's a hinge inside. So I'm going to bring all that down. And get that out of the way. Next, see, these are tabbed in. They're helping to lock everything in, because you have to make sure that all this is pushed together before those are tabbed in, because they kind of help lock, but if everything isn't tabbed, they kind of just pop out on their own. So you want to bring those down. Now the doors, also the mirrors, they're on a nice rubbery plastic, so don't worry about these. They feel very secure. They're meant to give a little bit, so yeah. Take these and just kind of spread them apart, and do that after you pull these tabs down, because they will, you know, they are kind of holding in those legs a little bit. Now you want to take the doors here, and they got a tab as well. And once you get all of that done, you can split the legs. And in the center, this is actually held in by 2 tabs inside of the legs. And once you free that up, you'll be able to kind of move this part out of the way. Now, getting to the legs, you want to fold these doors in, well, the windows for the doors. Once you get those, take these panels here and push them in. And after you do that, there's a little catch right here. I'll do it from this side. That you're going to want to pull up, make sure that's in, and just kind of push it over there. I'm not comfortable with how heavy that snap is, but there you go. Now, take the feet, and inside of here, you want to push down, and, wait a minute, am I getting it from that side? That's right, you can't get it from that side unless you pull this down. So that's going to help with the ankles, and then you can kind of get your fingernail in there and just kind of push those down, and that's this heel spur. Same thing with the other side. Now, once you get all that done, you can kind of close these feet up, and they do kind of tab together. There's a little tab right here. I'm going to say tab a lot during this video, that you want to push down, and that kind of holds everything together. And you want to keep these all the way down, or else he looks a little too short. Now, rotate the doors down, and once you get them around, there's a little notch on the inside of the knee, or the outside knee, and you want to just push that together. Same thing with the other side, just push that in there. And you're pretty much done with the legs at this point. Now, get this all ready to go. What you're going to want to do is take the spoiler and untab it, because one half of it does have a tab on it. I don't know what this material they use to coat the shiny bits. It feels like cold because it's cold in here. It feels like die cast when you touch it, but I'm pretty sure it's plastic, so just throwing that out there. So now you want to take this part right here. This is a die cast part. At least I'm pretty sure that's a die cast part. I think it just feels like it's die cast. Like the rest of the parts, it just feels like it is. But anyway, you want to clear the spoiler. That way you can bring all of this up. And inside of here, you just want to pull up the roof of the car. So if you see all that, take this and do a 180 on this whole assembly here. Excuse me. This part here has a double hinge on that side and towards the roof. You want to pull all of that up, take the exhaust and point it up. And we're just going to kind of leave it here at this point because there's a lot more we're going to do here. Now that we got all this out of the way, we can go ahead and rotate. Let me bring this up. We can rotate the top of the body. And once we do that, we want to take this part, which was between the legs, and it's on another double hinge joint if you look. So you want to pull this up all the way and bring it in. I'll do it from the other side so you can see that. And see, those go past that little lip right here. Make sure the head is facing forward. Now, these arms, you're going to take them and just unpeg them and kind of bring them, if you look, they're just folded up this way. So take them and just bring them around and rotate them. Next, you want to take this part here, which has his like shoulder missiles. Bring that up, and as long as you're here, might as well just go ahead and flip out the hands from there. Same thing with the other side. Bring the little shoulder missile up, fold out the hand. Okay, now that we got that part, you want to take the spoiler here, fold this in like so, bring this down. I've already deviated from the instructions, by the way. I'm just going for it now. You want to rotate that part down on that hinge there. You got another hinge right here that you want to rotate that down as well. And just bring that towards the body. Trying to make sure I put that part because I'm trying to see which way those need to be facing out. These need to be facing this way. So now that that's all collapsed, you want to bring the pieces here that are on this double hinge back up. And that's going to start kind of holding everything together. Make sure that these are horizontal as you do that. You're going to make sure the wheels are facing this way, and there you go. Now you're going to want to get these guys as close together as you can. So that's why it's important to make sure that everything's kind of pushed in properly, because these need to be almost here. Now take this back flap, or the back windshield, and you can tab that in there. There's a little tab on here that you can tab into the top of the windshield, the same place you plug the gun in vehicle mode. Take the front part and just kind of move that down. That'll kind of help start holding things together. Next, take this up, and you see those spoilers are just right there. So now you've got two holes on each side corresponding with these two pegs, and these tabs are going to go in those squares right there. And that's going to lock everything together up top. So you just want to make sure you push those down. Kind of hold the wheel, and see how I just push those together? Just kind of hold the wheel and grab this tab and just kind of give it a little pinch. And that locks together very securely. Take these false windows here. They got a little tab right here. And there we go. Now that that's in, you can bring these up a little bit. I like to bring them up. Now, the backpack here. This is where things get very compressy, and I like it. You want to take this part here. It seems like mine's a little bit twisted here. It's weird. I don't like that. But you want to take this and just tab it in. There's a tab on that metal piece that goes into that slot there, and push together. I've seen some people say that this is die cast. It's not. It's the same stuff that everything is made out of. Now, kind of flatten it out so that everything's lined up here. Take these parts and bring them down, and you're going to bring them forward around this tab here, which there's a slot on the inside of there. So just boom. Same thing with the other side. And there you have Sunsurge in his robot mode. And yes, yes, this is such a very, very cool figure. I like it. I'm so glad I got this one instead of the other third-party company that was making, because this looks so much better. Now, articulation wise, he does have some pivot down here, and he does have a ball joint in the actual foot, so you can tilt this thing pretty well, and it's a really stiff ball joint, by the way. So have confidence in the poses that you get with this guy. The knees, really nice ratchet. There's a harder ratchet up top, but he's got double jointed knees. He can get a lot of good posing out of there. Got a universal joint up here. You can rotate and go in and out. Of course, it does have a waist swivel. The arms are on a ball joint, but also have this little ratchet here. I like to leave this up as far as I can, just because the missiles kind of look kind of dopey when they're... The missiles kind of look dopey when they're down too far. I want them up higher. But yeah, you get a nice ball joint here. You've got double jointed elbows. The wrist will rotate, and he's got all 4 fingers on a hinge. And the head is on a very nice ball joint, if not a little bit loose. I mean, this is really, really loose here. And it's just on a mushroom peg if you look. Now, he does come with that interchangeable face, like I said, and all you do is want to remove this screw here, and that'll kind of, ooh, well, mine's a little loose here. Might need to tighten it up with a screwdriver. Now, one cool thing is on his missiles, you can take those off of the gun, and you can pick a hand. There's some continuities out there where he sometimes had a missile hand. Come on. Get in there. I have fingernails, I swear. Take that, and it's just a little slot, and you can put that into the missile and close it up, and there you have his missile hand. Which is cool, but, you know, doesn't really do it for me. This is much easier to get to when the hand is not out. Now, as far as these missiles, you can store them on his backpack here. He does have little pegs here. And they fit fairly well. Also, the pegs that the missiles did plug into, you can put that on the side for the gun. Yeah, so you just peg it in right there. Just kind of give it a little twist to get it in there. It's a little harder to get when you have the missile there, is the problem that I was running into. So you can have both, so just letting you know. Now, as far as this rifle, you can slot that in. It is on like a little bit of a kind of a ratchet joint. You just want to slide that in like all the Masterpiece guns. It's got that slot in the hand that you can close this around. And there you have his blaster. Which, I've heard a lot of people say this isn't accurate to anything G1, but you know what? It works for me. It's very cool. Now, comparison time. Is there anybody else I can compare this guy to except his brother, Lambor or Sideswipe? And look at these Auto Bros. I love how these guys look together. It's a shame it took a third-party company to make this, but you know what? I'm okay with it because I bought it. I mean, it's pretty cool. These guys, they're just different enough and yet similar enough. I mean, Sideswipe seems a little bit more wide and he seems a lot more skinny. I like that though. I really, really dig how that looks. Now, comparison-wise, here he is with another third party. Here he is with Ocular Max's Sphinx. So yeah, I think he's a perfect addition. I like how he's a little bit taller than some of the other bots. And here he is with the Smokescreen, whom I never reviewed. But, you know, there you go. And we'll go ahead and compare him to Big Bot here. So yeah, overall, am I happy with this? Of course I am. This is a really, really good robot, really great tooling. Hasbro would have to make a really good Sunstreaker for me to give this one up, because it's just that good. Over time, this guy seems like he's gonna last. The plastic feels very good. The transformation, while involved, it's easy to master once you've done it a couple times. This guy is a perfect addition. I can't wait. I'm encouraged to go get Gundog now, just because of how well this guy turned out. But anyway, guys, that's it for me. I'm Jason the X. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.